Hi guys, today I'm here to do my June movie wrap-up. I only watched 6 movies in June and none of them were fantastic, so this is going to be a really short video and probably a little ranty. So let's just go ahead and get on into the movies I watched in June. The first movie I watched in June was Suburbicon. I had seen a trailer for this a few months ago and thought it looked really good. This is about a family in the 50s in a town called Suburbicon. There's a home invasion that ends up killing the mother, and it's kind of like a revenge story. It reminded me of a really bad Coen Brothers film, which is probably because it was actually directed by George Clooney and half by the Coen Brothers. I think George Clooney just needs to stick to acting because this really wasn't a good movie. The only character I liked was the boy in it. Just no other character was likable in it. It kind of felt like a really bad ripoff of Fargo, and I really don't recommend watching this movie. I thought it was horrible, and I know a lot of reviews also think the same, and I gave this 2 stars. Next, I watched Coco. I love to watch all of the Disney movies when they come out, but I didn't get around to this one until just recently when they put it on Netflix. I had heard so many great things about this movie, so I was really excited about it, and it was kind of a letdown. I really didn't care for the music in it. I didn't think it was very catchy for a Disney movie. The one thing I absolutely loved about this movie was all of the colors in it. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I would have loved to have seen it on the big screen. But other than that, it was pretty much a letdown, and I gave it 3 stars. Next, I watched Winchester. I saw a trailer for this and thought it wasn't accurate at all to the actual story, but I really like scary movies, so I thought I'd give it a try anyway. And again, another letdown. I just really didn't care for this movie. This is supposed to be sort of a true story of the Winchester house in California, and how it has so many different crazy rooms and how it's haunted. I used to really love the TV show Supernatural, and this felt like a really bad episode of Supernatural, which I guess is kind of fitting for the name Winchester. I thought the acting was really bad for it to have been a lot of well-known actors, and I gave this 2.5 stars. Next, I watched Some Kind of Wonderful. Another YouTuber on here had mentioned it's one of her favorite John Hughes movies. I'm not a big John Hughes fan, except for Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's just your cheesy teen movie, and I gave this 2 stars. Next, I decided to try a few movies that another guy here on YouTube said are his favorite, and I started with Innerspace. This is from 1987, and it's Dennis Quaid and Martin Short and Meg Ryan. Dennis Quaid is shrunk and put in Martin Short's body, and they have to try and get him out before he loses oxygen. I thought there were a few funny parts in it. It kind of reminded me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which I guess they came out around the same time. I thought this was an alright movie, and I gave this 2.5 stars. And the last movie that I watched in June was The Strangers Pray at Night. This is a sequel to The Strangers, which is one of my all-time favorite scary movies. And again, I was really disappointed in this one as well. The first one was just so different from all the other horror movies that had been released. And it was just this couple that was trapped in a home in the middle of nowhere with these 3 strangers. But the new one actually has a family of 4, and it was more in an open space, and it just didn't seem as scary to me. I also thought that the parents were really bad at acting, and they are well-known actors, so I don't really know what was going on there. I felt like we saw the 3 bad guys way too much, so they became not as scary. There still were a few great jumping scenes that I wasn't expecting. The ending got absolutely ridiculous and totally ruined the whole thing. I kind of felt like they ripped off the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I gave this 3 stars. Okay, so those were the horrible movies that I saw in June. I guess they weren't all horrible, they were just pretty average. I just really haven't been in the mood to watch movies, and when I don't enjoy these other movies, I don't ever want to pick up one. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies and what you thought of them, and what was your favorite movie you saw in June, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.